Other than politics and football, one of the most controversial subjects of conversation in Tennessee has to be barbecue. You know how it goes. Daddy likes dry rub, Mama likes the wet sauce, and then, oh, crazy Uncle Harvey, well, he favors brisket. Rob Wiles discovered, though, why some serious barbecue lovers are now heading to a place called Peg Leg Porker in Nashville.
Another busy day at the Peg Leg Porker in Nashville. What else is new? Things are so busy here that the staff is busier than, a three-legged pig trying to jump on a pogo stick.
Okay, your order is up, along with a hot fry.
Owner Carey Bringle can relate to the way that three-legged pig feels.
I'm an above-the-knee right leg amputee. I lost my leg to bone cancer when I was 17. It was the summer before my senior year in high school. You know, you can do a couple of things when that happens. You can sit around and mope about having cancer or losing your leg, or you can put up a big fight and you can move forward and do something with it.
And what he did was create the Peg Leg Porker, where he and his crew cook barbecue.
Looking good.
Good and traditionally Tennessean.
It was originated by the Rendezvous in Memphis, Charlie Vergas. They charbroil their ribs and then put a dry seasoning on them. And what we do is we smoke our ribs. And we put nothing on them except for kosher salt. And then it's a dry seasoning that goes on right before that rib hits your plate. So it's not a rub, it's a seasoning. And that's a true signature Tennessee dish.
Tennessee's barbecue tradition does not include brisket, and neither does the Peg Leg Porker's menu.
When I was growing up in Tennessee, nobody served brisket. They'd tell you two things. They'd say, that's steak, for one, and two, go to Texas. We chose to stick with the barbecue of my youth and the barbecue that I grew up with. And that's typically everybody's favorite barbecue is what you grew up with. We chose to stay with traditional Tennessee barbecue, which is pork and chicken. And so our specialty is dry ribs, and then we serve a half a chicken and then pulled pork. We'll leave the brisket to the Texans.
Another thing you won't find here is traditional kid food. To Carey, barbecue is kid food.
Sometimes we've had people ask, well, what is my child gonna eat? And we say, a smaller barbecue sandwich. If you want to pass on your love for barbecue to your children, the way that it was passed on to me was that we ate barbecue. A rib bone's the best teether you're ever going to get. All three of my children cut their teeth on them. We try and stick with the barbecue. That's what we think we do best.
Which suits pitmaster and general manager Steve Dresch just fine.
We got a really good rub. It's got 16 different spices in it, and we like to cook ours low and slow, so we get about 16 hours out of our butts, which gives it fat plenty of time to render through and keeps a very moist piece of barbecue.
No brisket though, huh?
Nah, we just do Tennessee barbecue up here.
This is Tennessee after all.
Yeah, we're not afraid to cook a brisket, but we're just sticking to our roots.
That Carey, he's a fun-loving guy and a bit of a showman.
Luke, I'm not your father.
But he's sentimental too, about barbecue, about family. Just look at the photos on the wall.
There's one that's my favorite photo of me and my father in a hammock at our lake house on Pickwick Lake. We've got a picture of our family's old cotton gin from 1897 in Tipton County in Covington, Tennessee, the Bringle Gin. And that's a part of our history and part of our family. I've got a picture of my great uncle, Floyd, my grandfather's younger brother, who retired a 4-star admiral and was a true war hero.
And then there's a photo of his grandfather, Dr. Carey Bringle, from World War II.
Yeah, right here is my grandfather, who was a naval officer in World War II. And this is on the island of Luan on the Pacific front. And you can see the Kwanzaa huts in the background for the troops. And here in the forefront, you see some of the troops along with the natives cooking whole hogs and banana leaves in the ground for a meal for the troops.
That's a barbecue man who'll stop in the middle of the Japanese bombing and strafing.
Nobody can say I didn't come from it naturally, I guess.
feeling of tradition. That's one of the things Carey wants everyone who comes to the Peg Leg Porker to feel.
We want people to feel like they're at home. All the pictures around the restaurant are all my family. It's all our story. There's nothing in here that's not a part of who we are. A lot of barbecue places are evolving into, multiple units or building out around the southeast or around the country. We've chosen to stick with one place and make it our family place, welcome you into our home. And so we feel like when you come to the Peg Leg Porker, your experience ought to be that you feel like you're part of our family. That ought to be reflected in our food as well as the atmosphere.
Great atmosphere, great food, but no brisket. Just traditional Tennessee barbecue, Peg Leg Porker style.